Hey, hello everyone. So in this session we are going to talk about system design. So let me change the color. Yeah, system design. So this, as we know, is a very important topic usually covered in software development life cycle. What exactly do we understand by this term system design? Well, as you can see the words, right? It essentially means designing a system. And what is a system? It could be an application, right? It could be an application, whether it be a web application or a mobile application, right? So it is actually designing of a system, right? So that is the study of system design. And what do we exactly mean by designing of a system? So what exactly do we understand by when we say that we design a system? So it means that there is a process. Okay, there is a process as in like defined steps of process of defining different elements. What are we doing? We are understanding designing a system. Design means process of defining different elements of the system, right? And when we say elements, different elements, what can be different elements? What can be different parts of the system? The different parts of the system can be its architecture, right? It can be the different components. It can be the different modules that system is built on. The module is, say, in a shopping site, can be the product list, the shopping cart, the payment gateways, the delivery system, right? All those are different modules that makes up a shopping site, isn't it? So how do we define all these different elements? And in turn, when we are defining these different elements, like its architecture, the different components, we should break it down into different smaller components and modules so that it is easy to work on a problem statement, right? If we don't divide it into small things, how we will make it? We cannot just make everything together. We have to make it in small parts. We have to divide the work in different teams, right? That is why system design is important. And we also have to ensure that all these different elements should be able to communicate well, right? Should be able to communicate well amongst all these, right? And why do we need that? Because if they are not communicating, how we will be able to share the data, right? How the data will flow? So why we are designing this system, why we are ensuring that they can communicate? We are doing so so that it effectively data will flow through the system, right? That is the reason. If the data is not flowing, how you will ultimately get the product delivered to your residence address or office address when you are placing order in a shopping site, right? So the data has to flow properly, isn't it? This data flow has to happen. Data flow has to happen, right? And why are we designing a system? Why are we defining the process around different elements to communicate? Why are we trying to ensure that the effective data flow will happen? Why all this is happening? Why all this is happening? This is happening in order to meet business requirements, isn't it? This is all being done to meet business requirements, to build a software, to build an application, right? It is all around the business requirement that we had, that we started working on designing the system, which is like defining different elements of the system, architecture, component, modules, so that they can communicate and the data can flow effectively throughout the system, right? So this entire process of system design is very much essential for us, not only a student but even a working professional, to understand in order for them to give results as per the business requirement. Because if there is no business requirement of a shopping site, an online shopping site, then people could have continued to go to brick and mortar shop, वो एक चार दीवार वाले दुकान में ही जाकर के सामान खरीदते, राइट? तब तो फिर इनकी ज़रूरत ही नहीं पड़ती ऐसे ऑनलाइन सॉफ्टवेयर की, एप्लीकेशन की। तो सारा कुछ ये बिज़नेस रिक्वायरमेंट जो हमें हमारी सीनियर मैनेजमेंट टीम कहती है कि हमें एक ऐसा प्रोडक्ट चाहिए जिससे हम ऑनलाइन LIC का भी रसीद पे कर दें और ये कर दें कि शॉपिंग कर लें, हमारा ऑनलाइन लर्निंग सिस्टम बन जाए, जैसे IZ एकेडमी है जहाँ से अभी आप ये कोर्स कर रहे हैं, राइट? तो ये सब रिक्वायरमेंट्स के बेसिस पे आप ये डिज़ाइन फिर करना शुरू करते हैं, राइट? तो आपको रिक्वायरमेंट्स सुनने होंगे, उसके हिसाब से आपको डिफरेंट कंपोनेंट्स, मॉड्यूल्स बनाने होंगे, उनमें कैसे कम्युनिकेशन होगा, डेटा कैसे फ्लो करेगा। इसी पे हम लोग पूरा डिस्कशन करेंगे इस ट्रेनिंग में जो सिस्टम डिज़ाइन के अराउंड है, एंड दैट विल हेल्प यू इफेक्टिवली आंसर क्वेश्चंस ऑल्सो इन द इंटरव्यू, राइट? सो all the best and keep watching all the videos. If you have any doubts, rewind the video, listen to it again. You can use internet to even understand few terminologies if you are not able to understand it here in this video. Okay, so don't stop and don't only think that watching this video is enough. Take notes also. So continue your journey in learning and mastering system design. All the best. See you in the next session.